Hello everybody, welcome to the county seat today. I'm your host Chad Booth. Today we will spend our entire half hour talking about air quality along the Wasatch Front. It has continued to be a matter of headlines and top of mind on most of the residents who get caught in these rather sticky inversions during the winter. Joining us for the conversation today is Jonathan Johnson, who is the Executive Vice Chair of Overstock.com and is also heading up the task force of the Chamber of Commerce on air quality. Jonathan, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Also with us today is Commissioner Bret Millburn, Commissioner of Davis County, who also happens to be the chair of the Wasatch Front Regional Council and on the UTA Advisory Board. And we have Bryce from the state of Utah. You are the Director of the Division of Air Quality. Bryce, thanks for joining us.
It's good to be here.
I guess I want to start the question of just saying, I remember when I was a kid in junior high school, years and years ago, in the 60s, walking to school and seeing the gray schmuck on the bottom of the valley, particularly in the spring and the late fall. And some people think this is a new phenomenon. Historically, how does our air stack up to how it used to?
So when we look at air pollution trends, we actually have had air monitoring in the Salt Lake Valley since 1958. And so without question, we can say that there's been a continual improvement of air quality, both on an annual basis and even on the worst days when we have temperature inversions. Of course, temperature inversions are common to Utah. Basically, when we have snow on the ground in the bottom of the basin, and then we have a warm, high-pressure system that moves over, it puts a lid on the valley. So all the emissions, all the pollution that we generate is stuck in here with us until the storm comes and cleans us out. The challenge is the fact that we have millions of people that live here now, and all of the emissions that are associated with our transportation sector, with our large industrial sector, that produces goods and services, and then even everything down to home heating, consumer products like aerosols, things like that, all contribute, and it's all stuck in here with us until again that storm comes and clears us out.
We could go out on the street and talk to anybody, and they would say it's getting worse, it's getting worse, it's getting worse. Is it really a worse situation or a cyclical situation?
I think it's getting better. And when you look back in the history books, you see people who complain that they couldn't get their sheets cleaned during the winters because all the coal-burning stoves made the air so black that when they dried their sheets outside, they wouldn't get clean. But to say it's getting better is really cold comfort, because better is not yet good enough. And on those days when it's bad, and people feel it, it affects them, and that's why we need to be working to make things even better than they are now, rather than just saying, well, it's better than it used to be.
It seems like people are more alarmed about it than they were when we had the last cycle of bad inversions, because they do seem to come and go over the last 2 or 3 cycles.
I've got to wonder if a lot of that is just the world we live in and the information age that we have, and it is an issue that's more on top of people's minds. And with the advent of the media and the social media and things of that nature, and people's just general awareness, I think that's probably maybe a segment of why it's more at the top of people's minds.
I think that's true for any health issue. We're more aware of how we eat, how we exercise, and it's an overall awareness that we can do things to ourselves by the way we live and how we exercise and things like that, but we can also be impacted more by our outdoor environment. And with that knowledge, we can take steps to improve it for us and our kids.
Well, I think with that, we're off to a good start. We are going to return to the county seat after this commercial break. When we come back, we will want to spend a little time talking about how we get the measurements we get to see what air quality is like and go on to a broader discussion from there. We'll be right back with the county seat. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
Skiing is expensive, right? Well, how about we do something about that? Eagle Point, Southern Utah's premier resort located right outside of Beaver, Utah, is proud to announce $25 lift tickets all season long. Ski and snowboard Utah's newest resort for the lowest price, and find out why the Point, with its family-friendly staff and great atmosphere, will become your second home. $25 lift passes all season. Go to eaglepointresort.com for eligibility and restrictions. 5 lifts, 40 named runs, 1,500 vertical feet. Endless possibilities. Eagle Point Resort.
Making sure your food is safe. It starts on the farm and continues every step of the way all the way to your local grocery store. So when you bring home food for your family, you do so with the peace of mind that it's safe, fresh, and nutritious. Utah Department of Agriculture and Food, the guardians of Utah's food supply and sustainable agriculture. Visit ag.utah.gov for more information.
Kanab, base camp for your southern Utah adventures. You belong in Kanab.
How would you spend an extra day in Utah Valley? Stay one more day. Visit utahvalley.com to make reservations. Utah Valley. Bring everyone together.